the great rabbis of yesteryear. Now we're on Bet Adar, the second of Adar, will mark the Hilula of a really famous Kabbalist. His name was Rabbi Meir Paprish Z'tl. Now he was born in English year 1624, reported over he passed away in the year 1662. He was approximately close to 40 years of age at the time he passed away. Was one of the great rabbis, or great Kabbalists of his generation in of itself. It's actually reported over that when he was 13 years of age, he started learning Kabbalah. He was like a genius, and the potentiality was absolutely incredible and achieved so much in his life. It's actually interesting. He was a Talmid of another famous Kabbalist. His teachers, his rabbi's name was Rabbi Yaakov Tzemach, who happened to be one of the very great rabbis of his era, one of the great Kabbalists in of itself. He, Rabbi Yaakov Tzemach, famously studied under Rav Shmuel Vital, who was, remember, these were great rabbis, Kabbalists from Tzfat. And remember, Tzfat at that day, Tzfat being one of the four holy cities of Israel, along with Tiberias, Hebron, and Jerusalem, had like an epicenter of, let's just say, Kabbalah in of itself at that famous time. And Rav Shmuel Vital was the son of Rabbi Chaim Vital, one of the great Kabbalists. And he was the student of Rav Luri Ashkenazi, the famous Kabbalist. You know, the Ariya Kadosh. Not many rabbis we say the words Kadosh associated with the name, but Ariya Kadosh was one of the great Kabbalists of his time in Tzfat. Respectively, he was very much heart of the 1500s, and we still learn many of his teachings today, the famous Arizal in himself. So he was learning, there was a chain of rabbis and a chain of Torah learning, a chain of Kabbalah at that stage in time, and Rabbi Meir Paprish was very much part of that. It's reported over he would write 39 Kabbalistic teachings on the Ari HaKodesh in of itself. Now, many of the books are especially still in print in modern day, where you can buy in bookstores. Among them, some of the Sefarim there is, which I recommend everyone to look at them and to learn them. Ha'arachim beKabbalah, this is one of them. And then Ha'ilan HaGadol, another great Torah Kabbalah book in of itself. The Or HaYasha, then the Or HaTzadikim, the Or Zarua, and the Pre-Etz Chaim, which I think is based on Kabbalistic teachings of Rabbi Chaim Vital, if I'm not mistaken. There's many more teachings. I think in modern day, they printed a lot of the books together in like a big volume, if I'm not mistaken, which various different people can definitely purchase or look for inside the shops. The great teachings. I would recommend everyone to learn about the time period of Tzfat, especially during the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s. It was always a famous city. It was always huge Kabbalah learning and Torah learning over there. Visit Tzfat also, but he was definitely, Rabbi Meir Paprish was definitely part of a line, a chain of great Kabbalists in Tzfat, in that specific area in himself, a chain that has continued from generation to generation, and don't forget to light candles in his memory. On Bet Adar, over here, the second of Adar, naturally. Friends, we're a community here. We're learning about the great rabbis of yesteryear, the great Kabbalists. When we try and do the video on the week of the Hilula of itself, the yard site, respectively. Over here, we've already covered videos on the Ariya Kadosh. We did. I think his Hilula himself was in the month of Av. I think towards the start of Av, if I'm not mistaken. We also did a video on Rabbi Chaim Vital and many of the great Kabbalists from that specific area. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe to the channel now. If you feel anyone will be interested in watching any of these videos, please share the videos to other people, to your friends that will be interested. And if you happen to be related to the great Rabbanim, or you come from a great line of rabbis, please let me know now. Write me a comment also. And remember, in those days, just to add on another tidbit, Tzfat, Tiberias, Hebron, Jerusalem, these were the main places in the world, let's just say, where in Israel, where Jewish people were living all throughout those years. So many of these great rabbis would also travel around various different countries, especially North African countries and to European countries, and really mitchazek those communities with abundance of Torah, while they will raise funds for those specific holy areas in of itself, which is very much documented. I speak very much about this in various of the videos also. There was famous Kabbalistic center also in Jerusalem called the famous Yeshivat Betel, which is spoken about on various occasions before. So wishing you all well here from Israel, and blessings, and take care.